Okay, good morning everybody. Today we're going to go try for the Mun again. I've made some modifications to the ship to prevent the shaking so much, to see if that saves me some fuel when going up. We'll find out. This is now the Mark 6 version. I'm going to break this episode up into various different parts, I don't know how many, and I'll post them once a day for the next few days until I run out. Because that 49-minute episode was just way too bloody long. But, oh well. So the objective is to launch, get to the Mun, come back, and land after doing at least one orbit around the Mun. Or I'm just going to say moon, because I don't know why they spelled it with U, but whatever. It's the Kerbals. They do whatever the hell they want. And so let's get on with this. My cat's now like crawling on the keyboard. I've also got the game now in windowed mode, so hopefully it won't crash this time if I hit the wrong button. Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we have liftoff. Zoom out a bit so you guys can actually hear me talking. Because even though I turned the volume down, it didn't make that much of a difference. Didn't make much of a difference at all. It's still very, very loud. You can see the parts falling off and the parachute's deploying. As we go on up. I'm expecting this to slightly slow down. Well, it's not slowing down as much. About as much as before. Do we have the terrible shaking? No, there's no terrible shaking in here. So the reinforcements work. We don't have the massive shaking we had before. That means there's no wasted energy. And I'm going to pause now because I need to take that phone call. And we're back. Sorry about that. The phone rang. Let's get back to this. As usual, Bill's happy. Bob's happy. As well as Jebediah, who is always perpetually overjoyed by everything that goes on. So this is good. Nothing's exploding. Hooray! Parachute's still all broke down. That's odd. They didn't used to. Why are they even in this stage? They shouldn't be in this stage. I have to kick them up to stage 5. Oh, never mind. No, I know. Those are from the solid boosters. I don't have to worry about it. Which means this one did not land correctly. It might have landed on a building and exploded. These 5 landed perfectly fine. That's not too bad. I can't really carry them longer because they weigh down the craft too much. Now we need to get this to 100,000 meters like we did the other day. That's what I was looking at the entire time. I mistook these parachutes for parachutes on this part of the booster. Oh, that would have been stupid of me. But entirely possible. Okay, now Bill's freaking out. Bob is kind of happy. Jebediah, just forget it. Nothing ever bugs that guy. Okay, now we're getting up there. bring this up when you're in this view, you can actually control the engine's throttle from here. If not the entire spacecraft. It's rather risky to do so. But it makes it kind of convenient because then I can do everything from in here when it comes to orbit. And let's begin throttling down. There we go. Good enough. Wait, bring it up a little bit more. Oh, lag. Go figure. Okay. Now this is the fun part. Come on. Stop the spinning. Good, 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 good. Turn, 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 turn over. We don't have a hell of a lot of time to do this maneuver because we're rapidly approaching that up there. Come on, get over, get over, get over, get over. Fine. And once that stabilizes, stabilize. We're getting too close. Come on. I only got a half tank left to do this. Off we go. Now this will be the orbital burn. It's working. The big booster, which is perfectly fine because this is supposed to land out there anyway. And what we're going to do is use H to pull away from that a little bit. So we don't damage the parachutes with the rocket engines. Now that we've done that, turn the throttle up. Boom. We continue to improve the orbit. Uh-oh. Come on. Do it, do it, do it, do it. Do it. Oh, that would figure. Oh, well, I can fix the altitude. It's not that big an issue. This just uses more fuel than I should be. Come on. Come on. We're getting there. And there it is. Reducing the throttle. So bring that up to oh, poop. Okay. I need to fix the other side of the orbit, as that practically took all of the fuel. Joy. Wasn't supposed to. But we'll still have plenty of fuel. There we go. Let's get that side back down to 100. Done. Good. Now we're going to rotate the other way. We're going to sit here like that. I should just shut off the RCS, because the SAS can keep it there. This will keep it there. And there we go. Now, we're going to speed up time. So that would go around the orbit faster. Because as we did before, we need to wait till we get all the way around in the mun, quote-unquote mun. I'm just going to flat out call it the moon now because it's easier. Once we have the moon rise, we hit the boosters to get the orbit out to here. Again. Now that I know the orbital computer goes wiggy when it switches into the moon's orbit, I won't be freaked out by that. And the annoying thing is, when you're out here, you can only move around the ship so much. It no longer stops me. Okay. There it is. You can't quite, depending on which direction it's going, you can't quite look in the opposite direction, which is kind of annoying. I wish I got rid of that, because I want to move all the way around the ship. But, oh well. We got some time yet. If it sounds like I'm tired, it's because I am tired. I haven't been sleeping too well lately. And there's the guy with the tractor outside again. I haven't been sleeping too well lately. Not quite sure why. But I am going to poke at my cat, which is sitting on my desk. Going around, going around, going around. Wikipedia will be shutting down tomorrow in protest of the SOPA Act and the Protect IP Acts that are currently in Congress and probably going to fail. I would sincerely bloody hope so. Because if those pass, I can't make videos like this. Because this would suddenly become a federal offense, punishable by like 8 years in prison and a $500,000 fine for putting video footage of a computer game on YouTube. Which is retarded. I'd also be rather angry because, like me, in the process of programming my own game, development time currently is going to take over a decade, though. Hooray for planning the long haul. But, yeah, it's free advertising as far as I'm concerned, so I want people to post videos of games and stuff on YouTube, because it's free advertising, and it helps get the word of the game out. But if the bill passes, I won't have a choice. It would make it turns the enforcement away from companies who can decide whether they want to enforce it or not. It's like, technically, like EA could force you to take down a video of one of their games anyway if they really wanted to, but they don't for the aforementioned free advertising. It takes the responsibility of deciding when to enforce away from the company who made the game and puts it in the hands of federal regulators, which to me, having formerly worked in the government, is the worst idea you ever want to bloody do. Never give those people power, period. Don't! You give them an inch, they will take 35,000 miles. You give them 35,000 miles, they'll go all the way out to the moon and take that too. Because that's what they do. So yeah, protest that, write letters to your congressman, yell at them, well, don't yell at them, call them, call their hotline, freaking clog up their phone banks. Just prevent that bill from being passed. It's like Minecraft would never have been big because no one would have been able to make videos of it or anything like that and do playthroughs and go, hey, look what this is. No one would have been able to do that. So Minecraft would have never been big. The word-of-mouth advertising for video games through YouTube and everything would just die because no one would be able to do it. You have the FBI chewing your rear end out for doing it or something. But, oh well. Granted, I'm actually going as far as to defeat my local congressman for supporting it. Granted, I'm angry at him for other reasons, but SOPA is a good excuse. And the only reason that I'm going to talk about on here. And there's the moon, so We are going to do the orbital burn now. And then once this orbit intersects the moon's orbit, that's when this video ends. That's when this episode ends, and then they'll be making the next episode immediately afterwards. But just to make it show it's... Yeah, I have to get rid of those because I ran out of fuel. But just to make it so that it's not so retardedly long as 49 minutes for a one-way trip, which would be... an hour and 40 minutes long for the entire trip. That's a bit too long. But, yeah. Protest SOPA. I know I am. Defeat any congressman that supports it. I think John McCain supports it. I wouldn't mind seeing him gone. But remember that the Protest SOPA and the Protect IP Act, because they're essentially the same bill, just different wording and different name. But they both go out and achieve the same thing. I know the guy I'm working... Oh, shoot. Yes, yes, and also don't forget to pay attention to what you're doing. Now I need to do a retro burn to bring that back in the confines that I need it to be in. Come on. Swing around, because I'm stupid. Oh god. Come back. Other way, other way, other way. So I just... I can't believe... Well, yes, I can believe I did that. I'm rather angry about those two bills. But yeah, I'm going to be doing a protest video myself tomorrow. Okay. Let's bring this back in. Come back in. Come back in. Come back in. Do. And... good enough. That's better. Okay. Now this episode is going to end, because I don't want to make a horrendously long episode like I had done the other day. Spin the ship around. Wee-hee! Too far! I grabbed extra RCS fuel, so I'm not too worried about using up a bunch of it. I've got more RCS fuel than I need for anything I'm doing. But there we go. And we are on our way. So this will be the end of this episode, and shortly the beginning of the next one will... well, yeah, this is the end of this episode. See you the next one.